Three genius scholars challenged a local sage with the world's most impossible questions. His secret weapon, a donkey. Watch the perfect logic that leaves the expert stunned. Three renowned scholars arrived in the city and were hosted by the ruler. Over a royal meal, one scholar challenged the ruler. Was there any local person clever enough to solve the toughest riddles that required true wisdom and insight? The ruler instantly thought of his most cunning local wit. The local sage arrived, dressed in his finest robes and turban. Ready for the test, a large crowd gathered to witness the exchange. The first scholar approached and asked, "Tell us, where is the exact center of the earth?" Without hesitation, the sage pointed to the very spot where his donkey was standing and declared, "Right here is the precise center of the earth." The shocked scholar demanded proof. The sage smiled, "If you doubt my word, start digging right here. If you find my answer incorrect, then you have the right to call me a fool." The scholars exchanged glances, while the ruler simply smiled. The second scholar stepped forward to answer this. "What is the exact number of stars in the sky?" Again, the sage answered instantly, "The number of stars in the sky is the same as the number of hairs on my donkey." When the frustrated scholar asked how he could possibly know that, the sage replied calmly, "If you don't believe me, you are welcome to count the hairs on my donkey yourself." The scholar fell silent. Finally, the third scholar, confident he had the ultimate challenge, asked, "Very well. If you have an answer for everything, tell me the exact number of hairs on my head." The sage answered immediately, "It is the same as the number of hairs on the donkey's tail." "And how can you possibly prove that?" demanded the scholar. The sage responded, "Pluck a hair from your head, then pluck a hair from the donkey's tail. If the counts remain equal, I am correct. If not, I am wrong." The crowd erupted in laughter. The scholars admitted the local sage was a master of logic. When asked how he answered such impossible questions with such wit, the sage simply shrugged and explained, "When facing a question that has no reasonable answer, any unreasonable answer will serve the purpose."